Hey everybody, it's Alex with Real Estate Lab. Today I'm going to be going over our rent comp section and how to best utilize it. So I'll start fresh with adding in a new property. We can go here, hit the blue plus, and put in some information. So I'm going to use a property that I'm familiar with just for this example. I'm more than happy to hop on a demo with you and use the property that you'd like to use. Just schedule a demo. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get into this. So give it a name. We'll call it test for now. We'll use one of the addresses that I'm familiar with. Boom. And if we're able to, if we already have information on this point, like year built, number of units, number of stories, for sure input that information within here. It will help produce better results as far as the rent comps go. As far as the rest of this information, I'm going to skip it for now, and we always have the ability to be able to go back in and update this. So don't be too scared if you don't have all the information right away. I'm going to go ahead and add, as you can see, we've generated an aerial view and a street view. We do use these images to help get rent comps. So the AI system that we have built in within here is able to detect the images and compare them to the other images of the addresses that we generate. And it does help produce better results. And you will see here in a second what that looks like. Right before I hop into our rent comp section, I do want to go ahead and upload a unit mix. Again, same reason as why we would put in more information from the start. The more that we put in, the better the results that we're going to get. So I'm going to go ahead real quick, hop into analysis and upload a rent roll. So to do that, we're going to need to input a property and start our analysis. So I'm going to select our flagship multifamily analyzer. And just for now, we're going to upload the Unimix. Again, we always can go back and upload T12 information when the time is right. So I'm going to drop a rent roll within here. It's going to prompt me to pick which sheet I'm going to be actually reading. So let's select rent roll and continue. Awesome. So we have all of our different unit types broken into here. Can't scroll, so this is all of them. Looks like 20. And then, we can see some red within here. At this stage, I could designate this unit type as renovated or not. But, for this analysis, it's not really essential at this point quite yet. So for now, I'll leave it as unused. You could just leave it as is and continue. But I'm a little bit of a neat freak. I like to see no red before I continue. And so now that we're there, let's go ahead and hit that continue button and confirm. Again, we could upload T12, but we don't need it for now. And then now that we have that going, I'm going to go ahead and hop into our rent comps tab and hit start. So what is it that we are going to be looking at on this page? We produce up to 50 results, 50 comps for your property. It's based on a similarity score. So how do we come up with this score? We're going to average the aggregated scores produced from market, distance, number of units, the age of the property, the number of stories. You can see quality is there. So that is kind of the image recognition that we use and how well it's able to match up with the two images to each other. And then it takes into account building amenities, and unit mix. So for this example, we could go ahead and select the top five and continue, but I'm going to dive in a little bit more on the details of what we're looking at here. So, um, how did we get this similarity score? We are actively scanning all listing sites except for apartments.com, which we do have listed up here for you. It is a very powerful tool to just be able to have all of these different listings associated with these properties and be able to access them quickly. I can click on here and see the interiors, potentially exteriors, and get a little bit of a better opinion as to whether this is a comp or not. But yeah, this one's looking good. I'm gonna select that one. Let's go ahead and use Manor Flats. This is 3 stories, so I might want to avoid that one. This one doesn't look too bad, a little bit under. And then let's select this one. I don't know too much about this. What does this look like? Yeah, not crazy off. So this could be good too, as well. And then we can now save. So we have our 5 results here again. It can produce up to 50. You can further sort by distance, year built, and number of units. But for now, I think we should be good. So let's hit save. And as we can see, it's going to produce results over a 1 year period. You can toggle to 6 months or 3 months. And this is a 1 bed, 1 bath. We can look at 2 bed, 1 bath, 2 bed, 2 bath, 3 bed, 2 bath. Um, but what is it that we're actually looking at within here? So there's listings encountered, currently available, average days on market, and then there's going to be averages on the rents, whether it's market or effective, some square foot, rent per square foot. So you could sort by these different things. If you choose to do so, but again, what is it that we're seeing here? So number of listings encountered is how many different data points we were able to gather from all these different sources that we look at. And then how many are currently available. So we are able to detect when units get listed and when they get put down or taken offline. Um, so that's how you're able to see, so within a 1 year period, we encountered 9 listings. 4 of them are still actively online. We're able to determine the average days on market, average market rent, and effective rent. So all of this is really a relevant information for us to use moving forward. And then down here, we can sort by rent or rent per square foot, and you can see our properties highlighted compared to the ones that we've selected. And then just based on this, I think I'd be ready to go and start working on our projected rent roll. So this is really cool. We can see what our projected rent roll of this existing property would be at full occupancy, and then we can see where is at currently with its 80% occupancy. And then we can see our effective rents of all of these different unit types and the suggested market rent that we think that we're going to be able to achieve with renovations. So we have our projected standard rent here. We have the number of units we plan on renovating out of these units. And then what is going to be our rental rate after we've done our renovations. So when I look at this, I view these numbers more as projected renovated rates. And so therefore you can either adopt them just like this, or you can manually come in here and say like, it's getting 949, at max market rent. It looks like I can achieve 1422. I'm not going to really be able to do all the renovations year one. There's going to be some time left in between, and so I'm going to assume that, unrenovated, maybe I can get 1100 for these units. And then maybe after I've renovated, let's say there's 4 of them, maybe I want to renovate half of them, and then maybe we can achieve 1422 as our projected rental rate. What our system's going to do is it's going to take 2 units at 1100 and 2 units at 1422. And this might make a little bit more sense once this information is transferred into the analysis tool itself. But that is how it works. So we just got to make sure that we're completing all 6 of these before we continue on to the next stage. We can see our progress meter up here and how our projected our projected rent roll is impacted. So let's go ahead and just kind of do a mix of adopted and manual. Maybe we get 1500 on those, 1600 on these. We're going to renovate 2 of each of these, for example. We're going to be able to get these $2,500 rents. We're going to do a heavy reno on those. So yeah, you can see that I didn't have to designate all of these as renovated. Maybe I'm going to leave some behind, but we are good to go. So I mean, based on this plan, we could potentially get our annual rent roll to 384,000, or on a monthly basis from 15 to 32 potentially, right? But all this is going to transfer over into that analysis tool. So I'm going to close this out and show you what that kind of looks like. We're going to go here into analysis. We're going to open up our created analysis, and then within the tab 1, we're going to be able to see what we've done here. So here's our unit mix uploaded within here. We have our current effective rents. And yeah, we've designated how many units we plan on renovating. What is going to be our takeover rental rate without renovations? And what are we going to get these rents to after we've completed our renovations? And then you can kind of see, and within our pro forma tab, some of our incomes being generated in here. So once we've completed it, you will be able to see how these numbers are impacted. We have yet to upload our T12, so you're not going to see any of the T12 information quite yet. Um, and that's our rent comps tab. So you can always reference it later. You can adjust these numbers. We can pick different comps. We can look at different unit types. But essentially, that's how it works.